Am I able to watch pornography with my partner in a marriage? A lot of people get in marriages and they watch pornography with their partner because they feel like it's more arousing and it makes things more exciting, and it also just, can heat things up for them with their imaginations and with their fantasies. Whatever else they feel like they need to be doing in the bedroom with their partner in the marriage. But one thing I'm going to say is this. I can't tell two married people what to do and what not to do. I'm not God. But what I will say is, it can be, and it would be, some negative effects if you watch pornography with your partner in a marriage. You see, a lot of people are blind to different things that come along the way. Just because you are in a marriage, a relationship, whatever you want to call it, that don't mean you safe. Just because it's certain sexual things that you are entertaining that you feel like are not negative. You see, once you come into the knowledge and understanding of certain things, then you move completely different. So one thing I want to say is this. Negativity can be invited if you lack knowledge in areas of spiritual things, and even the physical things and the effects from these things. But the first thing I want to talk about is the intimacy that would be killed if you brought pornography into your marriage. You see, the intimacy will begin to get killed because you are sitting there allowing yourself to be aroused off pornography and not your partner alone. So if it's the pornography that's getting you aroused, if it's the pornography that you are feeding into, which is a fantasy world and not reality, and you and your partner both are sitting there watching that, then you are doing sexual things in your marriage off of straight lust, not love, not true intimacy, not true passion for one another, not truly the way that God created man and women to interact sexually or even just in a marriage, period. So it'll go from y'all being passionate with each other and with one another in the marriage bedroom or just in the marriage period, from y'all doing nothing but using each other as sex dolls and using each other to fulfill your lust, basically, from this stuff that is seen on the pornography. Because what it'll do is it'll train your brain to think of that person that you are with for only sexual things, because that's all you see, and that's all you see on porn. They treat each other as sex dolls on there. They use each other's bodies and use each other as people just for sex. So it'll kill that intimacy. When you out eating, when you out with your partner, when you out at a restaurant trying to enjoy yourself or just do regular things with your partner, sex will be on your mind. Only thing you looking at them for is craving for sex. You can't wait to get home, to get back to the bedroom. You want to pull up on the side of the road and have sex. You want to just do anything sexually, because that pornography is something that you invited in your marriage. It's something that you allow to be something that arouses you instead of your partner alone. So that's number one, that intimacy can be killed if you invite pornography into your marriage, even if you are watching it with the partner. That's why it's not a safe thing to do, and God does not approve of them lustful things. Number two, watching pornography with your partner in the marriage could bring along comparison. And that's one thing that tears up relationships and also brings different problems. See, one thing that shouldn't be done in any relationship, period, is comparison to anybody on the outside. It don't matter if it's your ex. It don't matter if it's somebody just random. It don't matter who it is. Somebody you look up to, or somebody that, whatever, make you feel any type of way, positively. You got to understand, comparison should not be done. And we talking about in a marriage. So sexually, if you are comparing your partner to somebody on the screen, that's an issue. You see, if a woman sits there and she compares her man to a man that she is looking at on that screen from the couple watching pornography together, that's trouble. Because the man may not be that size. The man may not be, built like that other man. The man may not be doing it like the other man is doing in the video. which is, of course, they had the best angles with them cameras and everything else. So really, it may not even be the experience that they making it be, because you know the actors and actresses on the pornography are faking anyway, with all the different expressions that they show. And also the man, if a man is comparing his wife to these women, if his wife's body parts don't look a certain way like the women on the pornography, if his wife ain't doing it like the woman appear to be doing it on the video, if his wife not, you know, reacting and responding the way that the woman doing on the video with different, you know, sounds and everything else, then comparison could be brought in. Because you sitting there and you watching it, y'all both watching it, y'all thinking about this, y'all looking at this, y'all allowing this in y'all marriage. When y'all get in the bedroom, you expecting what you see. And when you don't have what you see, then it's a disappointment. You see, one thing about a sexual relationship and a marriage is, when you are together, God brought you along to learn together. He don't want you to go learn from porn. He don't want you to go learn from some video, then turn around and try to put that in your marriage. You learn as you go and you improve as you go. Now, I'm not against sexual education. That's fine, because that's even taught in schools and everything else. And we know some unholy things could be taught. But what I'm saying is, as far as the things that do need to be taught sexually, sexual education would be well. But overall, perversion, I'm completely against that. But your sexual education shouldn't be from pornography, because that brings along things that God does not approve of. And nobody should go look at such a thing or even approve of such a thing up in their marriage, because the comparison could come along. Comparison is an intimacy killer. Comparison is a confidence killer. Comparison brings insecurity, and comparison also brings, you know, lack of feeling wanted and lack of feeling desire for, and that's trouble. So that's number two. That's what this pornography could bring, comparison, and nobody wants that up in their life. The third thing that pornography could bring, and this is one of the most serious ones that people are blind to or refuse to believe or pay attention to, it is the demons. You see, when you are watching pornography in your marriage, you are opening up doors for different spirits, different demons, evil spirits that are not from God. You opening up the door for a spiritual spouse, a spirit husband, and a spiritual wife. And I believe what you want. They are real. They are out here, and I guarantee you done came across somebody that's dealing with one, or many people that's dealing with one, because all types of people are dealing with that. But one thing you got to understand is, watching pornography with your partner in a marriage, whether it's before sex, so y'all could get aroused, or whether y'all just do it separate, it is bad for you, because you're inviting different demons in. You can invite the spirit, of course you're going to invite the spirit of lust, the spirit of sexual perversion. You bring in all types of stuff. And the more intense pornography you look at, the more of a demon is going to grow on you, and the more that you're going to invite in. It gets to the point people start looking at rape videos, and they get in the bedroom again to abuse one another. They look at the torture. They start torturing one another in the bedroom. They get to slapping each other around, choking each other, doing all this crazy stuff that God never approved for sex to be. Now, how somebody has sex, whether it be aggressive or whatever, that ain't my business. The Bible says the marriage bed is undefiled, but pornography brings in demons that are no good. You know, it could have you, well, whether it be the male or the female in the marriage, they forcing themselves up on their partner when their partner may be too tired to have sex, they don't feel like, or whatever the case may be. They'll get to forcing themselves on them because they so full of lust, because this spirit needs to be fed. These demons need to be fed. And if the demons don't get the hit that they need, this person is going crazy. So they don't get their sexual need fulfilled. Now they talking to each other crazy. Now they going back and forth. And these spiritual spouses also do that to people. If the spirit husband is on the woman, it had a woman coming at the man in a crazy way. If the spirit wife is on the man, it had a man coming at the woman in a crazy way. And they don't know what's going on, but it's spiritual things that they have opened up the door. And one of these ways that they can open up the door is through watching pornography in that marriage. You think just looking at perversion on the phone, you just gonna watch that and go on about your business, it's just gonna fill your mind? Nah, you're gonna invite the same spirit that's behind that screen as no people are doing what they doing. You see, that's why it's so dangerous. That's why it's so much trouble in it as well, because so many demons are behind these screens. So many demons is behind this entertainment, behind this industry, behind these things that you are looking at to feed your lust, to feed that desire, to get aroused, to feel like you ready to go, to feel like you spicing up your sex. or whatever you want to call it. You don't know it's a demon behind it, and it ain't nothing to play with. It ain't nothing that you want, because when this demon have a grasp on you, it don't want to let you go. Because when these demons are attached to you, they don't want to be cut loose. When these demons are there, they are present. They don't want to be anywhere else but that place that they at right now, which is your body, that the Bible calls a house as well. Your body should only be the temple of the Holy Ghost, not for demons. Your marriage is for God to be in it, and the one who is over it, not a demon, not an evil spirit, not something that's invited in that Satan is approving of. Only what God approves of. And God don't approve of pornography in a marriage. That's why demons had a legal ground and the legal rights to come into a marriage when demons are present. That's number 3. And number 4, see, this right here is the worst one of them all. Even though it ain't the last one, but it's the worst. It's the fact that watching pornography with your partner in a marriage dishonor God. That's one thing you don't want to do. If you're going to do anything on this earth, don't dishonor God, especially in a marriage, because a marriage is something that He is giving men and women for His glory. So if you married and you dishonoring God because you brought pornography in it with your partner, now you bringing on a whole nother type of trouble. You ain't just got demons and evil spirits that's gonna come your way, but you also gotta worry about whether or not God is gonna allow certain things because you dishonor Him in that marriage. You see, one thing you don't want to do is make God have to stretch His hand out against you because you are doing something that's against His will completely, especially in a marriage. One of the main ways that people can make God come against them is by the things that they do in a marriage that dishonor Him. Because you got to understand, it's one thing for you as one person to be against God, but it's a whole nother when you are a pair that's against Him and it's supposed to be His blessing over this thing. Don't allow yourself to let Satan be the one that's present and amongst you in your marriage, period, or especially sexually. Because if there's one place that the devil loves to hit people at, it's the sexual area. If he could get somebody there, then he could get them in every other area, because the sexual area is an area that we always gonna have desires in. It don't matter what age you are. You always gonna have some type of sexual desire. You always gonna have some type of desire for intimacy. So when you are watching this porn and you dishonor God, you let Satan know that I want you in this marriage. You don't want him now. You see, the way that the porn dishonor God is because the porn is full of lust. It's full of perversion. It's something that God doesn't want. It's something that God is against. It's something that God tells us flee from. Sexual immorality, flee fornication. He don't want us watching this stuff in a marriage, even as a couple. You could have God's blessing on your marriage, but you don't want to turn on pornography to get aroused just because His blessing is on you, and you will have legal rights spiritually as well and physically to have sex. That's the only type of sex God approves of, is marriage sex. So if He don't approve of marriage sex, don't bring something in that's not of Him into your marriage. That's when trouble comes. And pornography is never something He approves. I know if anything, that's something that God don't want in your marriage. Pornography. So don't even get the idea, if you are walking with God, that you gonna bring porn into your marriage with your partner. You don't want it. It's gonna dishonor Him. It's not of Him, and it's not from Him. And don't ever believe that it is. Pornography is not good for you in no type of way, physically, mentally, or spiritually, at all in your marriage. That's number 4. And number 5, which is this last one, you will get more hooked to the porn than your own partner. If you bring pornography into your marriage, you are risking it. Because like I said before, the pornography is very much dopamine release. I said that plenty of times in other videos. And it's facts, it's true, you can look it up wherever you want to. Pornography releases so much dopamine and it numbs out your dopamine system. So of a person giving you only a certain level of a dopamine release from real sex, and they can't go all day and night sexually, you gotta understand something. The porn gives higher dopamine release than your person, and on top of that, you can watch the porn 24/7 if you wanted to. You always have access to your phone, your electronics. You always have access to just type in the porn. Your partner is not always ready to have sex 24/7. God ain't make the body to be built that way. They just not. Sooner or later, you become unaroused after you done doing what you done did sexually. So you will get more hooked to that porn because it's more arousing than your partner, number one. Then number two, you forever got access to it. So you'll get to the point you won't even want to have sex with your partner. You'll be like, nah, I'd rather go masturbate the porn. You'll say, nah, I'm good. I don't want to spend no time with them. I just don't want to watch a movie simply. I don't want to go out to eat with them. I don't want to go on no dates with them. I don't want to do nothing. I just want to keep feeling this good feeling that I'm feeling from porn. That's a problem. That's an issue. That'll kill the intimacy. That'll kill the relationship. That'll kill all the connection. All that because you hooked more to porn than your own partner. God done gave you your partner in a relationship. I'm talking to males or females. It don't matter which one of them it is, because either one could deal with this. We don't do discrimination around here when we come to telling the truth at all, because it could be either gender. It don't matter. But what I'm saying is, you will kill that connection, and it'll have you to the point where it's like, I don't even want to be around this person. I have no need. It's porn more fulfilling. The person I'm seeing on the screen doing more than my partner can in the bedroom or would in the bedroom. They making me feel more good than my partner can through just a simple conversation. Why? Because you invited pornography into your marriage. Whether y'all watching it together, like I said, or whether you watching it on your own time and y'all know about one another doing it, you don't want that in your life. You never want to get more hooked to anything as far as something that you are connecting and getting intimate with than your partner, unless it's God. If it ain't God, you shouldn't be more hooked to it than your partner, because number one, we get hooked to God first. Then after that, next our family, the ones that we connect to, the one that God has placed into our life, are the ones that we get hooked to next, and then the rest. Because number one is God, then number two comes the people that are around you that you love. So you think you want to be hooked to a screen more than your partner? You don't. So many people that they suffer from watching pornography in their marriage and being hooked to it more than their partner. Don't be that person. Don't allow yourself to be. And if you have been, you can be delivered and set free in the name of Jesus. But that's number 5. But that's the 5 reasons right there why you shouldn't watch pornography with your partner in the marriage, whether y'all watching it together or whether it's separate. Just don't watch it. Just don't invite pornography into your life at all, even if you're single or you in a marriage, but especially in a marriage. Please keep that away. Keep it away, period, 100%, anytime, but don't bring that in your marriage. You don't want that. I don't care what people say. I don't want to hear all that. It spice things up. Leave it alone, because there's more damage being done than you know. There's more negativity that's coming behind that, and more tricks of Satan that's coming behind that than you could ever imagine or think of. So just leave it behind. But I pray that this video bless you. I pray that you like, subscribe, and comment. And also follow the new Instagram link in the description. And I also put it up on the screen. And I pray that you was taught something through this, and that you would take heed to what was just said by the Holy Spirit through me as a vessel. I pray that you just be blessed.